This 1930 Ford over here is on loan to us from an attorney and his family in Shreveport. And you can see in the front, it had the wine crank to start the motor up. They say back in the day, it would get up to 50 miles per hour.
Wow.
Nice.
Those are the things that broke so many wrists.
That one, that's how you.
Really?
Yeah.
Like with
Yeah,
them
the
winding
wind-
it
the
to
winding.
start it?
Yeah, I've seen videos of those.
Six pack.
Oh, yeah. I can
Oh.
understand that. This is the inside of it. It had the stick shift.
Only 2 seats. Oh, 4.
Yeah,
So 4
then
or
it's got
5.
a little back seat there.
Oh, wow.
We refer
fancy.
to it now as the Bonnie and Clyde car.
Right, yes, yes, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And over here, this is a mural painted from Caddo Lake. The lake's about 1/4 of a mile down the street, and the lady, Miss Charlotte Dickey Clifton, is the painter of it. And oftentimes in her murals, she put a snake, and she did put one in this one. He's in this tree. He's in this area that I'm circling. He's green. I know it's a lot of greenery in here. Come close, he won't bite. And he's green. He's wrapped around a branch that's attached to the tree. And you can see one of his eyes and his tongue. He's right in this area I'm circling.
Okay,
You
let's
see him?
Let's look for it.
He's right in here. He's wrapped around a
Is
branch.
that him?
No, that's what a lot of people say.
I-
Yeah, that's
There
him.
you
That's him. Give me a 5. All right, that's him.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to find because there is so much greenery.
Knowing
in
it,
the
I
tree.
couldn't find it. That's what I was looking.
Right on the branch.
When we have a group of school kids, sometimes 75 or 80, whoever finds a snake, we have a special thing we let them do when we get back here. Okay, this is the beehive, one of the Indian houses that they made out of the bamboo sticks. Those are a list of the different
These are
Indian
the
tribes.
reeds right here.
Right, that's from the lake, huh?
Those are different tribes that inhabit the land. Those are arrowheads that they use for hunting and fishing around the wall, and these are some of the artifacts that they use.
What's this?
This is a canoe. This is a boat that they would go fishing, in. This was found in one of the lakes and donated to the museum about 10 years ago. But that's what the Indians, they were small people. They would sit in there and go fishing. And oftentimes,
My daughter and her kids have been finding arrowheads
Arrowheads?
on Lake of the Pines.
Oh, really?
They call it Arrowhead Beach, and they know
They-
where to go and they find them.
Okay, great. Yeah, a lot of those were found around here locally and donated
Yeah.
to the museum. This is a bamboo. This is when they would go fishing. They would spear. They would put mud and put the arrowheads on there and spear the fish. They live strictly off of the land and the waterways. So if they didn't hunt and fish every day, they didn't
don't
eat.
get to eat.
So I tell the kids that it was before McDonald's and Burger King and Have It Your Way. They had to really work for their food, and they would often, after the corn got hard on the cob, they would take it off, grind it down, and they would make the meal for their breads and as a batter coating for meats things. Those are some of the seeds they would plant. They tried to find a use for everything. They would take the shells to dig their potatoes. And they often had, they would hollow out boughs from the trees to make to put their pecans in. They even took the animal bones to make jewelry. And in the video, when oil first started flowing out the ground, they didn't know what to do with it. And they was putting it on their skin, their hair. They end up using it as a medicine. So they tried to find a use for everything. There's some larger arrowheads. It depended on what they were hunting that day, whether it be deer or raccoons or whatever. They would have to use the larger arrowheads. And over here, this is, we tell them they can be our archaeologists for the day, and we let them know that Thomas Jefferson, our third president, was an archaeologist. These are tire shavings, and they get to dig for dinosaurs. So there are dinosaurs buried in here. There's like 12 different species, and the kids get to dig, and they can name all of these different types of dinosaurs. There's dinosaurs, and there's some fossils from the dinosaurs that's buried in there. They get a big kick out of that. And right over here, we have, at one point in the United States, the Red River, they think it was either due to a flood or hurricane, act of nature, but it became clogged with log jams. And the logs, they said it was actually so many logs on it until you could walk across it and not get your feet wet. So Captain Henry Miller Shreve came up with a way to clear it. They needed to get it cleared because they imported and exported on the Red River cotton, oil, gas, coal. That's cotton on that ship there. So he was hired to come up with a way to clear the Red River. So he decided, he and his army to blow it up. And this is what I was saying, whoever finds the snake out there, we give them opportunity to blow the Red River up. It's noisy, but it won't hurt you. So since you found the snake, you want to blow up the Red River?
All right.
Just pull it up and push it down.
All right.
Keep the picture.
Dynamite fire.
Just
How Captain should
just
clear the red fire?
pull it up, push it, and now push it down.
Quick, fast.
Yeah.
Just push it down.
Oh, wow.
I said it's noisy, but it won't hurt you.
Wow.
So that's what they did, and it took them some years to do it. But they blew up a section, and they would have to clean it, and they moved. It was 180 miles from Shreveport to Arkansas that it was clogged with had logs all the way across, and it became the Great Log Jam. Yeah. But this tells all about him clearing it, and their first attempt was in 1833, and they didn't finish till 1873. And in the meantime, while they were, and here's Captain Henry Miller Shreve. He's the one that the captain that blew it up and got the logs moved. And that's where Shreveport actually got its name from. It was called the Shrevetown Company after him being Shreve. And since it was the port where they imported and exported, it became Shreveport. Okay.
Yeah.
And over here,
And that's what
Yeah.
happened to Big Jefferson, which had a lot of population about 1880, and it just.
after did Jefferson have a lot of oil and stuff over there, or what was
No, but they were able to use the river
Oh,
to Jefferson.
so-
That was the end of navigation, was at Jefferson.
I understand.
And that little town where Lula lives, that had been the last point, and now then it moved to Jefferson.
Jefferson.
From Jefferson, that bridge,
Mm-hmm.
you can't go upstream, like maybe in a canoe.
Right.
You can't do a boat that, and that turning basin I showed you this morning to walk through, that was where the boats could get to after you blew up
The log
the
jam.
dam, and
Uh-huh.
the
Right.
water wouldn't stay there, so they could navigate
also started using the railroad to import and export oil and gas, so, which they still use it today as freight for the different freight. This is an outhouse. And this was before we had any type of plumbing or piping or anything. This is where you went and did your business.
All right, guys.
You will go? My grandfather had a two-seater, and I used to say, why do you have two-seater? He said, when you have so many children, sometimes one can't wait for the other one. But I would.
They always had two-seaters.
Two-seaters, yeah, a lot of people had those, yeah. And here in 1909 to 1911, a Japanese immigrant found a large pearl freshwater mussel, and it was worth $1,500, which was a year's salary back then. So they said approximately 500 people camped along the side of Caddo Lake, sifting for pearls, and some others did find some, but none to that value of the $1,500.
You have to realize that the time when they could dig for the pearls was in the summertime when the water temperature dropped,
Yeah.
water level dropped, and they now have a dam at the end of Caddo Lake to keep the water level more or less, but they didn't have that. So when the water level came up, then they lost their pearls.
Pearls, yeah, and weren't able to search for them. And of course, here in the Deep South, they used to pick cotton by hand. The cotton was soft, but those bristles that held the cotton would often just tear your hand up and stuff, blisters, and cutting. But now, thank God, they have machines that do the cotton picking. Okay. This is to Mr. Ledbetter and Mr. Hank Williams. They both got their humble beginnings here in Louisiana. He sung blues and jazz, and Mr. Hank Williams was country and western, and they both made it big here and went off to California. And Mr. Ledbetter came back because he had family about 10 miles from here. So he died, and he's buried in a cemetery, Shiloh Cemetery. That's about 10 miles from here, Mr. Ledbetter. Of course, Mr. Hank Williams, he sung with Elvis and Elvis Presley and the Great Hayride. He sung country and western.
And remember, Elvis Presley got his start here in Shreveport.
Right.
Yeah, you know, they got that statue downtown.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, at the Municipal Auditorium. I don't know what's right off of Spring Street in Shreveport, and they got this big statue of Elvis Presley.
I have
Yeah,
not noticed
sure
that.
does. And this cotton gin is still in existence today. It's the Gillum gin, and you can feel the cotton in there, how soft it is. But this is like 500 pounds of compressed cotton, and this is enough compressed cotton in this for a man's long sleeve shirt. Can you imagine how many shirts this would make? Yeah. But this cotton gin is still active today. You can go out on some of those back river roads, the country roads, and you can see the cotton. And they usually harvest it every year. Probably getting ready to do it now.
Should be about ready.
Yeah, because it's around October through December, I think, that they harvest the cotton. And this is a shotgun house. They built it on this style so that the air could circulate within it. Excuse me, go in. That's a washboard. down there and a spray gun that they would spray for bugs and ants and stuff. That's a butter churner. That's a different type of butter churner here. The top on that one is broke. They have the pump in the kitchen and food.
Food warmer.
What do they call those things?
Pressure cooker.
Food processor.
Pressure cooker.
Pressure cooker. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, pressure cooker. Yeah. And this is a blanket and an old iron bed. This is the chest that you would they would store their possessions, their blankets, and their valuables in. These are the irons that iron clothes with. You would put them in the fireplace and on the stove until they got hot.
Right.
Feel how heavy that thing is. It is heavy.
Oh,
It would
is
hold the
heavy.
heat for a very long time, and you would have to take, because the whole thing would get hot. You would have to put a towel or something across it here to hold it, but they would iron their clothes with it. Now you see a lot of those people use them as door stoppers. And of course we graduated to the steam iron. This is called a chamber pot. And at night when you had to use the bathroom or relieve yourself, that's what you use at night. Because outside in the outhouse, it was dark, cold. It was often on the edge of the land, on the very end of your land. No street lights. So they would use that at night, take it every morning to your outhouse and empty it, wash it, clean it, bring it back in for the next night. So you can get ready.
Like a bedpan.
This is an old 1897 Sears and Roebuck. This is a catalog. You could order everything from your pots and pans and pressure cookers and guns. You could even order a prefab house out of here. But also, a lot of times these were found out in the outhouses. And the reason being is because this was before toilet tissue was discovered. So they would rip out pages and use that. Either that or leaves or something. So
Yeah.
that's what they had to use. And even after toilet tissue was discovered, a lot of people couldn't afford it. So they would end up using that to clean themselves. This is an old Singer's sewing machine with a foot pedal on it. And this is an old wedding dress. And over here we have the radios and there's another Sears catalog there, and some scarves that go on these tables and stuff. Here's a little picture. That is a spittoon, and this is a ice cream maker, one of the old ones. You put the ice around it, and in the inside you would put your milk and sugar and stuff, and you would put the salt around there with the ice to help the ice to last longer. And you just wind it until it froze up and become ice cream in the inside with all that ice. Just keep winding. This is the old Morningsport Bridge. They closed this bridge down in 2014. It was 100 years old, but it was a drawbridge that used to would open up so the ships and stuff could pass underneath. You can still walk on it now and go and take pictures, but thank God, no traffic on it. They built a new bridge right beside it. And that's in Morningsport, about 10 miles.
And
from
not
here.
only was that a problem, but it was not really narrow. It was really too narrow for two cars.
Yeah, it's one lane. But you know, 100 years ago when they built it, cars were smaller. And as time went on, cars got larger. So if cars was coming from this direction, one of them usually had to back up to let the other one pass. because it was too narrow after cars kept growing and getting larger. They started making cars larger, so it was
And
impossible.
before World War II, Generals Patton and Eisenhower did a mock war at the bridge to train their troops before they went into Europe.
To war.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's still standing today for you to take pictures and stuff. This is a picture of that Miss Charlotte Dickey clipped and painted, but she didn't put a snake in this one. But this is old Oil City in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and it shows the dirt streets and stuff. And business was booming here because oil was booming, and so you see all the people and all of the businesses there. They said in any given time there was over 20,000 people in Oil City. Now there's less than 800. So, but a lot of the oil moved to South Louisiana and went offshore. So when the oil moved, a lot of the families had to move to find work to feed their families. A lot of the men's moved. The rest of the tour, I'm gonna leave it to you, Doctor.
Well, the rest is all.
It's a self-guided, and it goes around. There's 2 more of those TV sets that are back there. Well, there's one behind you, but on each side of each one, it tells what it's about. Some people like to read and take pictures, or if you want to go back and take some more, then you're more welcome to do so. Okay? So I'm Joanne once again. I'll be up front. So
Thank you, Miss
if you
Thank you,
have any
Joanne.
questions,
Thank you, Miss Joanne.
Sure.
I've
But
never
y'all-
seen a tour like this. This is great.
Yes.
Oh, really? Well, good. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying it. Yeah, but like I say, the rest of it is kind of self-guided. So if you wanna, and it just it just goes around. And there's 3 of those TV sets if you wanna decide, and they're like 5 minutes each. Okay.
Thank you, Miss
Thank you,
Y'all
Joanne.
enjoy it? Sure.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, this is interesting. This is the type of oil stores that they're going for. See, the plates for motion up and down and so forth. This is the sand zone. This is the so-called salt dome, and they go down and they take the oil off the top of the salt dome.
Like gas at the top and then oil at the bottom.
Yeah. Only it doesn't
yeah, so-
come quite like that.
Yeah, salt dome here. It is.
Salt dome, yeah.
This is interesting. A group of
Okay.
statues.
No. This may not look very interesting, but look at this picture over here. This is the oil well. Here it is. This is the Texas line here. You know, they didn't put many on Texas side, but look at all these, how they just
Every dot is a oil.
every dot
Drill?
is an
Well?
oil drilling, or at least lease site, I'm sure of that.
Wow.
So at one point in the 1800s or 1900s, Texas and Louisiana was populated with people to look for oil.
Well, they basically started finding oil here, I think it said 1911, which is probably right, because oil didn't become really used until World War II. World War II is when they started using oil, and they were shipping this oil all over the world.
Look at this.
But this is an interesting display over here too. It shows this one down here. I'm gonna turn this over and watch how the oil
Oi.
Look at that one, just runs, and this one goes real slow. So if you got a tight formation, it'll take longer to pump your oil.
Wow.
And look at this is core samples, and you can look at, you don't see any salt, any oil, do you? And the oil is more or less in the rock formation.
I see. Okay.
So it isn't like you get a pool of oil.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I used to think, but no, it's in the rock.
Yeah,
The oil is in the rocks.
it comes out, and if you got a fine one, it takes longer. If you got a coarse one,
I see.
it come faster.
I
And if
see.
you've got an entrapment like a salt dome, and there's pressure, this thing might have the so-called, so this is 3 different ways to access the salt dome. But
Right,
it's just
right.
it's fascinating.
I see. I see. Okay. See how sounds good.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Types of gas and the general oil and gas migrates beneath the surface. Petroleum accumulates in traps. I don't know how much different, including salt dopes. There are varieties of structural trap types.
You know what season this is? This is the
Late 1900s?
This is the Christmas tree. This oil gathering technique called the Christmas tree.
Okay. Looks like a Christmas tree.
A Christmas tree controls the flow of natural
Yeah.
gas in Lincoln, Paris, Louisiana. Okay, so that's it.
It's like
Look at these. Standard oil, Rockefeller, Huey Long. Those are things that, those are the big names in oil. What?
In the late 1940s, the Petroleum General Standard Oil Company of New Jersey commissioned the Robert Flaherty film Louisiana Story. The company hoped that the movie would be a human story that would stand on its own feet as entertainment. With the company's support, Louisiana Story became a full-length feature film that is now listed on the National Film Registry. The film is set along the coastal marshes and bayous of South Louisiana. The opening scene of the picture introduces the main character, Alexander, played by 12-year-old Louisiana native Joseph Boudreaux. Director Robert Flaherty attempted to tell the story of Louisiana's petroleum industry from the wonderment of the boy's perspective. Following the opening footage of Louisiana Story, the boy's peaceful world is disrupted by the sounds of progress.